Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's get started right now. First up, COVID-19 weather blamed for disruptions to propane deliveries for some New Hampshire customers. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
What does flexibility actually mean? It's working a 40-hour week or a 4-hour week, earning now and saving for the future, and working wherever and whenever you want. So, flexibility is about how you want to work and live.
This winter's COVID-19 surge has been impacting the propane industry, specifically deliveries. The Propane Gas Association of New England tells News 9 that supply is plenty, but absenteeism because of COVID is causing significant staffing challenges, and that affects getting propane to people's homes.
It runs our heat, our hot water, and our stove, so it's kind of a whammy for us.
Carrie Bawley of Derry is on automatic delivery with AmeriGas, but ran out on Friday. She was promised a delivery on Saturday morning, but it never came.
We're already out like $500 on ordering out the space heaters. If we keep running these, I'm sure our electric bill's going to be out of control.
An AmeriGas spokesperson cited weather conditions and COVID impact as the main reason for delays, saying, "We are taking steps to speed up deliveries and have brought in drivers from other areas of the country. We've also added trucks to our fleet to maximize delivery routes." Safety officials say it can be dangerous to run out of propane because fumes can continue to fill your home.
If you run out, you want to shut off all your appliances, and you want to make sure you shut off your utility shut-off as well.
By code, when someone experiences an interruption in their service like that, a licensed professional is required to check the system for leaks before it can be turned back on. And officials do urge customers to keep their propane tanks well marked and accessible, especially after snowstorms. And AmeriGas now encouraging customers to reach out when their tank levels reach 35 to 40%. Live in Bedford, Jason King, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Berlin man charged after shaking valve of unidentified powder at officers. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the line crew and the go-getters, there's Granger. Supplies and solutions.
57-year-old Bruce Landry of Berlin waived arraignment today on felony charges and is now free on bail following his arrest by Northumberland police on Friday.
The officers on duty had a report of somebody acting strangely and nodding off at a local medical center.
According to the chief, Landry told the two officers and a trainee who were there that he had just used fentanyl or heroin, but couldn't remember which one.
As they spoke to him, he kept reaching into one of his pockets, and when they inquired as to what was in the pocket, well, that's when this vial apparently came out, and he was shaking it all over the place.
A powdery substance becoming airborne.
One of the officers told me when he saw it happening, he held his breath, and that's when the three of them tackled the guy and put him into custody. But by then, that stuff was all over everybody.
They walked Landry to the nearby police station instead of driving to avoid further possible contamination.
You get a bunch of this stuff that's up in the air and aerosolized the way it was. It could be a real big deal.
EMS monitoring them. Fortunately, none of them showing signs of problems.
I think we really dodged a bullet in that regard. That could have been a whole lot worse.
Now, Weeks Medical Center canceled its appointments for the rest of the day on Friday. Meantime, state police took over the calls for the Northumberland police because they needed to get their department professionally decontaminated. We're live in Portsmouth. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Democratic Party leaders condemn Democratic lawmaker for alleged racist language. State representative removed from Criminal Justice Committee. Some state Democratic leaders are condemning what they call racist language from a member from their own party, State Rep. Nicole Knight. According to some members of the state's Black, Indigenous people of color community, Nicole Knight of Manchester used racist language in the State House earlier this month when speaking with a black man who had testified on a bill in committee. House Democrats, including Democratic leader Rennie Cushing and Deputy Leader David Coate, asked Republican Speaker of the House Sherman Packard to remove Knight from the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee. Packard confirmed Monday evening that Knight has been removed from the committee. The committee addressed policy issues related to racial injustice. Cushing and Coate said in a joint press release that Knight's behavior is indivisible and she shouldn't sit on such a committee. BIPOC committee leaders told News 9 they would like to see some changes. And there you go on that report. Moderna announces full U.S. approval for its COVID-19 vaccine. Moderna announced Monday that U.S. health regulators granted full approval to its COVID-19 vaccine, a shot that's been given to tens of millions of Americans since its emergency authorization over a year ago. Improvements underway at Port of New Hampshire to improve facilities for large ships. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the line crew and the go-getters, there's Granger, supplies and solutions for every industry.
Accompanied by officials from the New Hampshire Port Authority and Army Corps of Engineers, Senators Shaheen and Hassan got a first-hand look at the improvements underway, including an expansion of the area for ships to turn around, making things safer for bigger ships.
Some of the ships we're bringing in, for example, the CSL Tacoma, she's 765 feet. And the existing turning basin is 800 feet.
Right. The project will add another 400 feet to the turnaround basin and should be completed by spring. Senator Hassan noted this should help New Hampshire and this area as the world struggles with supply chain issues.
To be able to have bigger ships, bigger loads, faster delivery, all is a piece of really trying to address some of those issues, so it's pretty exciting.
The senators helped secure more funding that will allow for maintenance dredging in the Piscataqua River and the Portsmouth Harbor shipping channel. In talking about the projects on the river, Senator Shaheen noted it was competing against other projects from around the country and ended up being selected as the only one for small and medium harbors.
It was first on the list as early as 2016. We started working to get this project funded. So it really is a testament to all of the hard work that everybody in this room and so many others have done.
In addition to improving navigation, the state's also looking to improve the state pier, again with the goal of being able to bring in more cargo and bigger ships. In Portsmouth, Ray Brewer, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for your evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.